Hello guys, welcome. It's been a while, but here we are for a game of Twilight Struggle. We are playing aeromathematics from the Reddit forum. They played me in the Twilight Soul League. 2 USSR, I'm happy to be USA 2, 2.5 I still think is the pinch point. It was Shaq's league, apologies. There we go, that's fine. I get to be USA +2, fine. I'd rather +2, but there you go. Oh yes. So Aero's moved to the west coast of the USA. So he is playing at 10 PM his time. I am up at the heady morning heights of 6 AM. And I feel great. Ah, you see, I'm not USA. It's done that thing again where it says you're going to be USA, but you end up being... That's such a weird bug. I mean, of all the playdeck ones. Alright, so in that case, having Marshall Plan, special relationship, etc. wasn't quite as good as I hoped. So the obvious option is socialist governments, coup, Italy, or Iran. The second option would be Cambridge 5. And I may get purged, because I don't hold purge. So, what do we think? Cambridge 5 or StopGov? It's nice to have Indo-Pakistani War, obviously, and Truman Doctrine that I can dump. I am going to play Cambridge 5, because my hand's a little ops poor, because Marshall Plan can't be played conveniently. So let's go with that. Ridley scoring, so he gets 4, and he's got no scoring cards. So that was a total disaster. So we'll start with a Suez coup on Iran, because we do want to clear him out. And that failed. But if he does move into Pakistan, of course I do have Indo-Pak War. So yes, we played in Shaq's league, and he fancied another game, and obviously I haven't posted anything for ages. Took a little bit of time off in the spring. You should usually expect videos from me really only during league, because that's a bunch of games to play. I'm not ad hocing quite so much. Okay, so he pushes into Afghanistan. I don't know. He must have Arab-Israeli war to play into Lebanon, because really, otherwise, what's the point? So what are my options? I can punch into Afghanistan as well. Which I will do, and he can pop one into France if he wants. De Gaulle is obviously still to come. I need to be able to threaten Pakistan as well, basically. And if it makes him go into Pakistan, so much the better. So it looks like I'm going to try holding Marshall Plan. obviously to get you an intervention on it if I can. It's quite valuable. I don't really want to space it, and I don't really want to try holding defectors through the turn 3 reshuffle. So I expect him to put one in front, even with the goal. Still to be played. The key question is if I coup with the China card on Pakistan, but it seems a bit early to give it up. Bit of a messy start for the USSR. The rush Middle Eastern scoring, and then so he's going for Europe domination, which is fine. That means I want to use socialist governments. So my options are I can go into Pakistan and let him have a coup on it. And he might start to be running low on high op cards because he'll be worried about D-Star blockade if he's not holding it himself. Offering him the coup is unpleasant. What I'm going to do is pop 2 into Korea for now. Put some pressure there. Because I ideally want to be able to use socialist governments, AR6. And to avoid losing adjacency, I may need to pop 1 in Yugoslavia with Truman. Of course, if I want to use socialist governments for the event, I might actually need to clear the China card, which is a bit of a bummer. But we'll see. So Fidel's triggered. And he pushes into Thailand. So we can afford to keep DEFCON high here for now. I never realised Austria doesn't have adjacency to Yugoslavia. The more you know. So, event Truman first. And just play back into Austria if he takes it out. So yeah, I can afford to keep DEFCON high now. I mean, I've got the Milops too, so at some point he needs to do something fancy. I'm not really sure playing into Malaysia kept the tempo up for him, to be honest. Interesting. Well, let's event socialist governments. Should we do it the other way around? Because I might be able to, if he doesn't repair it in West Germany, I might be able to walk in and de Gaulle clears out 2 anyway. I think we do. 2 in West Germany, 1 from France. I mean, I know he doesn't have Asia scoring, so I have time to do repairs there. He did have Arab-Israeli war, read it. The protection of Lebanon was worthy. So he won't be able to repair everywhere. Now that leaves me in the unpleasant situation of spacing Marshall Plan to retain Indo-Pakistani War. Although the DEFCON's going to be high, I'm going to use Indo-Pakistani War to take South Korea, and that way he can't dominate Asia going into the turn. Although that does tip my hand rather. So he's looking for a coup for Milops. Otherwise he's giving up full VP. So I expect to see a coup on Iran. If he doesn't coup and he goes for domination instead, he does, that's fine. Okay. So, I get a Milop at least. DEFCON's at 4, so I can try a big coup on Thailand. And I can have De Gaulle leads France for Europe domination. Do I purge him? Is another option. I don't have blockade, so instead I probably want to try holding purge. De Gaulle seems like the best bet, especially with Marshall gone. Although I have to use purge to take it. Well, use Korean War actually, because I hold South Korea. So let's go with De Gaulle, because Truman's gone. Seems like a plan. So convert with Korean War. And if I need to do a coup of Pakistan, it might be time to roll out the China card. He's 5-year planning me, so let's hope he doesn't pull Marshall. Pulls a 1. So let's convert. And then let's see what he does. If he does have Asia scoring, he might push into Pakistan hastily and greedily. But I can use decol after some DEFCON dropping to... He may drop DEFCON and then try... Oh no, he won't try and drop DEFCON and then push to Pakistan, because it's the wrong way around. Okay, so I will use Marshall Plan to put 2 in Turkey and 2 in Portugal to limit his options of places to play, and then it becomes a domination-denying battle. I may do that even if he drops Europe scoring now for a point, because I want to minimize the fallout. So anyway, you heard me right. Yes, I got up at 6 AM for a game of Twilight Struggle. Thankfully, it's a holiday day for me, so I don't have to go into work afterwards. So USJ is doing what? He's putting a ton into Pakistan as well. Now, Asia domination is not a thing yet. So again, I'm not under massive amounts of pressure to respond. I will eventually have to. And I can no longer hold Red Scare. So I'm going to continue to dominate Europe. Because NATO's gone, I'm fine with that. I haven't seen Warsaw Pact yet, so he's probably going to trigger that. But I want to put him under some pressure in Europe. And with decol, I can pressure into parachute into Burma and pressure India as well. So if he has Asia scoring, he'll go into India. A moderately insane option, US-Japan having gone, is I use the China card to put 5 into Japan to level up the country count. Because obviously I'm basically giving up one in Angola as well. One good reason not to use the China card this turn is, oh, I was about to say I haven't seen CIA created. That's fine. Okay, that's a decent result for me. I put 4 into India. I'm going to use NASA to coup somewhere and try and event CNS before he spaces something. So Truman's gone, Independent Reds hasn't, so we'll just pop those in there. So use NASA to kill Iran. Big money, no whammies. Oh, well, that is all of those things, and then some. Oh, he got space first, but he's spacing D-Star, which does me a favour. So that's a bummer, since I had CNS. So, he must be holding blockade anyway. Right. I played Decol. That seems like a weird space choice. Oh, he has you an intervention and wants ops. Odd choice. Very odd choice. Why not blockade D-Star if you're space... I suppose you wanted space points. Okay, so... we know Asia and Europe scoring are coming out this turn. What did I get? Got Warsaw, Duck Containment, Reds. He got Nuclear Test Ban, Olympic Games, Europe and Asia scoring. So he may try ditching a storing card. So re-add the discards. So what else did I pick up? Special Relationship. Romanian Abdication. SocGov. Arab-Israeli War. That's my hand. If he ditches Asia scoring, he's +1, which is fine by me. If he ditches Europe scoring, I can claim domination if I headline Socialist Government. So Socialist Government seems like the no-brainer headline. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, Romanian Abdication is the cheaper option because I'm holding Independent Reds. And if I get defected, it's not so bad a Socialist Government. And it keeps Socialist Government in my hand to be ops richer. So let's do that once I've done my maths one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's put me up in country count. Yeah, fine. He goes with Asia scoring. Okay, so I get the coup. He'll get to fight over domination. So let's use Warsaw Pact to coup Panama. Great. If he 5-year plans me and pulls duck and cover, that's great. Of course, it does push me into a little bit of difficulty. If I space independent reds and fail, I then have to hold duck and cover. And special relationship and slightly spoil the party. Anyway, we can race country count for a start. And I can AR6 containment if he doesn't ditch Europe scoring sooner. So he's got options to think about. He may use nuclear test ban to try and get ahead here. But he won't make it far. And it'll be interesting to see what his other pickups were. Thankfully, his playing in Japan has given me US-Japan as a free play. But he picked it back up. That's unfortunate. So he's pummeling France, which does leave me in a bit of a pickle. So I will hand over the China card and overprotect. I'm hoping it'll make him greedy if he does have 5-year plan. And what I'd ideally like to do is get into a situation where he pulls duck and cover. So he does have nuclear test ban, but he won't try that again. Now I've overprotected with China. And Asia's gone. So I can live with that. Although it does mean I need space duck and cover first. In this turn, once I think 5-year plan's not going to come. Because I strictly want to avoid holding duck and cover and CIA created and possibly grain sales on turn 4 without the China card. But I also need Europe scoring at domination to even stay close on score. That's going to put me around -1, yeah? Yeah, so. Okay, what does he do? Benelux and, yeah, that's fine. So, socialist governments, keep the pressure on. Let's space duck and cover. Now I can space independent reds if I want, but I also have Arab-Israeli war to take Austria or Finland and maintain domination. Give me Nasser as well. That's a bonus. He's going to have to realise he's running into trouble. There we go. Here as well. Give him containment. On the AR6, he will get some ops with it because he's ditched his scoring card. So let's see how big an AR6 crisis he makes. I'm in bad shape for one small stepping. On turn 4. So that can't be helped massively. He's got the Cambridge 5 and we know he doesn't hold anything. Getting ready for Saddam. Okay, so that's about as good a situation as I could be in. Central America is quite good for me right now. There's not a lot of salt. I don't have much of a headline though, sadly. Man. Let's add the mineral cards and work out what's going on. So I'm going to omit Formosa lines. I don't really want to play Formosa because it threatens domination at 3-3. I got Lone Gunman, you see. So Omit or Nixon look like the best headlines. Unless they use Lone Gunman and get it out the deck, which kind of sucks. Defectors is available again. So let's go with Nixon. Blow it out the deck. They get defected. And he got Junta, lucky him. Defcon dropper. Makes a mess of my South America. He should move into Argentina and coup Panama. I may get Central America scoring for far less. I do. Well, that's a delight. He may not push into Mexico immediately. What else do I want or need to do? Let's make sure our man in Tehran doesn't remove anything to start. And he's got no presence, and that might scare him into doing something in the Middle East rather than somewhere more fruitful. Because obviously he now doesn't have presence. Now the old fork play. To some extent that's fine. I give him that country, but he can't realign me out of Algeria easily. So I will avoid control, but domination in Africa looks like it's a lost cause. I want to ditch Central America for 1 point in my favour. I also want to get spacing. Good work, him. Let's do some damage up in the Middle East. I'm happy to give up 2 points for that. Never 3. 2 points for 3 ops is a fair trade. If the event's Sadat, then I'll use Lone Gunman to level up. So if he does fart around the Middle East, I'll score Central America next. Because what I don't really want to do is... Okay, so he spaces D-Star. That's good for him. So, Central America scoring now. Before any Mexico damage is done to neutralize me. I'm going to space independent reds. I may just put the 2 from Formosa and Resolution into Taiwan to make it a disincentive. There's still nothing exciting to sort. D-Star, I suppose. So now there's only South America to expand into. Although, you know, that's still pretty hot. Interesting. Gives back the China card. Yeah. That explains that. So do I want to salt Junta? Which is possibly more appealing than D-Style. That'll force him to play into Argentina and Venezuela next turn. Let's do that. What's the weirdest thing that could happen here? So if he's got South America scoring, he plays it immediately. Ah. So now I'm in kind of totally gross shape. I'll be pushing for DEFCON win now. That was unfortunate, but I had a lot to do. I didn't feel like I had a chance to realign Brazil on AR1, which may have been the right move. If I'd have used Alliance for Progress for 3 realigned shots on Brazil, I may have had a 1 in 3 chance of clearing him out or something, but that still seems long odds. When there are other things to do and no guarantee of South America scoring. But it just goes to show how one card can kind of transform the complexion of the board. The Junta headline denied me points in Central America and gained him several points in South America. So he's having a chew over. Does he drop DEFCON or does he just push into Argentina and Venezuela? If he puts 1 in each, he makes my life a little harder. But if he drops DEFCON, I can parachute in. So he may fancy cooing Algeria. And He's bear trapping me instead. Why not? Independent reds first. And straight out. So he gets AR7, Defcon at 3. Missile MB, have Formosan resolution, my good man. And I just need to make sure I shore up Taiwan. There must have been a reshuffle. No? No, I saw Missile MB and I thought, what's going on? Do I have to headline Missile MB? No, on my next AR I have to play Missile MB. So the obvious and tempting thing to do is Missile MB him straight back and see if he's ready for it, isn't it? Which is funny too. So I have Brush War, Shuttle Diplomacy, I've got good old CIA. Step. Nuclear subs, so I can always do nuclear subs AR6, CIA AR7, which is nice and elegant. So let's go Missile MB. Or will it not let me headline Missile MB? Opponent must use this card for operations. Ah, so that's an interesting loophole. Play deck. So, the obvious option, therefore, given I have to play Missile MB next turn, is Brush War on Thailand, because that flips Southeast Asia scoring and it's a 50-50 gambit. So he's asked nothing, which is good for me in a way, because he may live to regret that if he doesn't get Lone Gunman. Quagmire, South Africa, blimey, 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 blimey. Hand of red. Right, let me just keep track of what he chucked there. Quag, South African, Che, Korea, and blockade. Looking forward to the old 1980s blockade. Come on, big money. Oh, rubbish. Let's coup Libya, because Middle Eastern scoring still not out. And that was rubbish also. There is little risk of me doing nuclear subs AR6 because he's in all the mid-war areas. So if he doesn't coup, I'll junta into Venezuela. Boy. Well, I'm going to junta into Venezuela anyway, because of OPEC, and I've got Allende to back me up. I need a big 6 here. Success of a sort. What a delight to see. And maybe spacing shuttle diplomacy. He's going for the 50-50, and his succeeds. So now I'm in serious trouble. DEFCON is pretty much the only way to win from here on out. Too late to put one in Burma. And I don't have Sudan, so I'm expecting to see Egypt flip at some point. So let's pop one in Angola, one in Iraq. OPEC's now worth 4 VP. It's probably not worth me pushing into Saudi. So I event OPEC for points on 5. Event nuclear subs to ditch CIA 6-7. But I'm not going to be solving the Asia problem anytime soon. So really, I just have to hope Europe scoring comes out early in turn 7. Otherwise, I'm pretty much a goner. I may have misplayed here and there. Do let me know. Because obviously, like I said, I took a delightful break. Maybe I'm rusty as hell and need some serious correction. So I welcome comments. Hopefully everyone who's subscribed hasn't completely forgotten about me. Fair dues, fair dues. So he's going to go and try and realign at some point. But I know I'm going to be headlining nuclear subs and he's going to take it anyway. So let's take OPEC for 4. Then we're going to play nuclear subs. Which I may pop in Botswana. Just in case his coup's rubbish. He's beaten me to space. Every time. And then the old AR7 of CIA. Eventing puppet governments. Ah, okay. Right, nuclear subs is in. So he can have a tap on Angola for a lark. That's the realignment, and I survived. Fly to Haiti and succeed massively, which is a delight. So UN intervention hasn't come out either, which means even if I headline We Will Bury You, I may get 0 VP as well. So VP is really not happening. So let's see what he does for AR7. I assume he'll tap Angola, because this is his one chance to soften up a fairly well-protected country. But we will see. So that's still a problem. Purge is still in the deck. He may have been trying to realign me out of Cuba to make use of Cuban Missile Crisis. Okay, soften up Venezuela. So he didn't use nuclear subs, that suits me. I did get you an intervention, which I can use on grain sales, but I did not get We Will Bury You. So I need to use ABM Treaty in my headline for a massive coup. Otherwise I would have used Muslim Revolution and Middle Eastern scoring. So there's still 24 cards that he could have 8 of, so I'm not going to start trying to do the maths. I like ABM Treaty because I need to try and soften up an Asian country to get close to parity there. And then I can flower power coup Libya and try and go for... Oh, I've been purged. What a delight. Change of plan. Need a 6 or a 5 there. Yeah, I'm going to coup on Libya instead. Try and press for panic in the Middle East. Let's drop DEFCON all the way. For certain values of success. Asuri hasn't been, so using the China card is unpleasant. But using colonial rearguards after Southeast Asia scoring has come out doesn't hurt me massively, given how badly Africa looks. Well, I wait for Sadat, and then I kick him out of those 2 places. So let's use UN intervention on grain sales and pop 1 in Brazil. If he does have Sadat, I'm Muslim Revolution. If he doesn't, I'm in good shape. Blah. That's not so good. So 1 straight back in. Oh man, BOA is a cruel mistress. Yep, so I really need to see Europe scoring in turn 7. If South America or Asia come out, the jig is up. Let's space, shuttle diplomacy. Just keep the pressure on in space. The 50-50 comes off straight away, of course. That's how things are. He gets to headline peak, as if he needs more help. So I had one to Egypt, but he now has access to the Middle East. Let's say Saudi Arabia, the Middle East. Of course, he has access to the Middle East. So I'm going to have to event colonial rear guards and basically reclaim one of Laos in Tunisia. Okay, he gives me Middle Eastern scoring. Let's see where he puts colonial rear guards. And that does give me 3 ops to use on my AR-7 now that the Middle East is dealt with. Although I may still want a Muslim revolution in advance of Sadat. Because using Muslim for 3 ops somewhere else is probably not ops sufficient. I mean, that could have been a lot worse. Let's pop 1 into Burma to level up Southeast Asia. So yeah, I may still use 3 ops to punt 5 influence out of Egypt and Libya. And maybe if I'm lucky, I draw Sudan. But it also makes him presenceless, so if on the dream scenario the Middle Eastern scoring comes straight back, and I can score a presenceless domination, that will swing the game. Never say die. Using OAS for influence. What luxury. So we'll event Muslim Rev, kick him out of Libya and Egypt, put the pressure on him. Although the scoring card having gone doesn't make a lot of difference, and then we'll see what our hands are. Use Cuban, no, use arms race, right? Not Cuban missile. Yeah. So he gets his presence, very wise. And now it's hand time. So I did get Sadat, bonus, in a way, although it does crud up my hand. I got Colt Rev and Brezhnev. Allende. I got defectors. Grant. So he got Asuri, but doesn't have the China card. 5-year and John Paul. He's got Southeast Asia scoring. And I picked up. So I had a 5-year plan. And I got arms race and NATO. So I need to watch out for special relationship if I do trigger NATO, which I may have to at some point. Obvious headline is Brezhnev. As long as I'm not going to be eventing heavily this turn, and it doesn't look like I'm going to be. I may event Allende for my only way into South America. And I may event Cultural Revolution if he steals the China card. But otherwise my options are limited. So let's headline Brezhnev. So yes, as noted, I kind of badly need to score Middle East and Europe before Asia, Africa, and South America. Obvious AR1 coup, therefore, is Zaire to level up the country count in Africa. I can always 5-year plan Sadat AR7 to reclaim Egypt. That's a good headline because it does drop domination in Europe. So I need to trade off the balance of him holding Europe scoring with one of the others. I am going to bank on the fact that he does not hold Europe scoring. That result preview doesn't seem to make a lot of sense, but there we go. America 0 and USA 1, I assume. Great. So now he has to play into South Africa, but he will ditch Europe scoring right now if he's got it. Oh yeah, I forgot he was headline peaking. It's probably a good thing I headline Brezhnev. And he clearly does not hold. So, I end A, because it's my only gateway into South America. And then we get probably some ops warring there. And at some point I need to play back into Poland. US-Japan all 3 times after playing into Japan. Let's see. It's like that, is it? Alright, well then I have to defend against that and accept special relationship as a risk. I won't play that just yet. I don't really want to reveal it just yet, in case he's got special relationship and he plays with the ops. Or if he plays these Suri for ops also, would be tolerable. I just need to remember to pop at least another 1 into France to defend against special relationships, because at the moment it would go 6-8, which is broken. 6-9 isn't. He's holding Suez Crisis. Oh good, get EU out the deck before late war. If he plays a Suri, I can then play Cultural Revolution before NATO, obviously. Let's just play NATO. And have done with it. Remember to pop 1 in France. I may put 1 in France and 3 in Poland with Cultural Revolution to defend against. Maybe space 5-year plan in case he Yasuras me. I'm going to event Sadat and put 1 into Egypt and hold. Yeah, and hold 5-year plan. Because I need to hold 5-year plan to ditch a bad scoring card. Fundamentally. Now if he plays Isuri AR6, I can take it back with Cultural Revolution. Okay, good, he uses it. That suits me down to the ground. So my AR7 consists of not really knowing what to do. Pump Japan and try and flip domination there. Taiwan still to come out. Doesn't really achieve anything. Pump Algeria, break Africa domination. Probably fine. Let's go with that. And I'm holding 5-year plan to ditch a bad scoring card if I need to. Interesting. Okay, so War Games isn't a risk right now, but soon will be. He's headline peaking. I've got you an intervention. So let's We Will Bury You, then Aldrich James, and hope for... Oh no, Cal is in play. Damn it. I can't We Will Bury You AL, but I can, I suppose, ABM Treaty, and then We Will Bury You AL1. So We Will Bury You, Aldrich. Reds. Muslim Reds back. That get UNI, which is good for me. North Sea Oil. Iran, Iraq. So yes, headlining ABM Treaty is probably best here. And then eventing We Will Bury You to drop DEFCON to look at Aldrich James and pray that he's picked up Lone Gunman. So if he's savvy, he will headline Lone Gunman, because he may not get another chance. He's asked for missile envy. So I have to give him Muslim Revolution. Which he will use to immediately coup back. In which case I can't use We Will Bury You. But he will still drop DEFCON to 2. And I want to hold We Will Bury You. Because if he realigns with it... Oh, man, I can't even... So if he drops DEFCON, I now can't Aldrich until... Although he's cooing, so it's fine. Blah, blah, blah. Missile MV, break Africa in case he has Africa scoring. I use Aldrich James basically to A, look for War Games, a scoring card, and also Lone Gunman. So that's kind of a must. Blah, blah, blah. Show me a hand. Darn it. So terrorism is now my next best bet. Voice of America, clearly the card to go. Yep, fine. So Independent Reds is the one to space. I can UN intervention North Sea Oil to keep OPEC in play. 3, 4, 5, 6. Although maybe I don't want to do that because I still want to hold 5-year plan to make a nasty discard. But no War Games, no Lone Gunman. So Iranian hostage crisis plus terrorism is my next best bet. add 5. Baba. Baba. That pretty much assures Europe domination one way or the other. Oh no, but I need to put some in Poland, so let's not go crazy elsewhere. That keeps the pressure up. So I'm going to have to use We Will Bury You for operations, which totally blows. At least Voice of America doesn't come out again. There is that going for it. So what about using North Sea oil? Just think about using North Sea oil for the operations. Brezhnev. What was that? That wasn't Brezhnev, was it? Okay, I don't know enough about my Cold War history to remember who the We Will Bury You talk was. Khrushchev or Brezhnev. They both ended with the. He's unlikely to level the country count in the Middle East. Pushing there. So I'm going to let him have Israel. Space independent Reds. No more peaking. He gives me Lib C. Which doesn't do a lot for me. I mean, I can't, if I use an intervention North Sea oil, I then can't give him the China card because it prevents DEFCON suicide. So I have to use North Sea oil, and that means he can then use OPEC, and it doesn't net 4 VP. So bully for him. Because I want to hold a 5-year plan. I have to invent North Sea oil, so that's fine. So what else? Again, pump Algeria. Or maybe South America I could realign. Let's try 3 realigns on South America at 2-1. Ha! 1's enough. What's the worst that could happen here? Yeah. Oh, well. That was something. No access to the Eastern Middle East. Thank you. So his hand's empty. What have we got? The Reformer, I got Solidarity, bonus. I got OPEC, which is something. Chernobyl on AR7, or AR7 Asia scoring, obviously, sorry. So I need to play Solidarity to repair. Chernobyl AR6. The Reformer seems like the obvious headline to offset any risk of Glasnost, doesn't it? So let's go with that. Oh, he got terrorism. Well, that's the end of that then. Right, so I've got Solidarity, Chernobyl, Asia scoring. Well, let's hope he pulls Asia scoring, right? Nuclear test ban. Power. OPEC. And sort of go. 4 influence. Bully. Perhaps the betrayer may come in, but ready, ready, ready. Oh well. So, I mean, I badly have to coup South America, even at the risk of being realigned straight back out. The next job is to pump Venezuela or else Uruguay. So he'll go for a straight realign. One assumes. Yep. Yeah, there it is. Fine. To be expected. Get rid of solidarity. Whoa! With no war games, I may, if I'm lucky, be able to take this to turn 10. Maybe even final scoring, but I still don't see a way out. Now that all the discard things are gone, he's not in Cuba, so Ortega's not an issue. I can't force him to DEFCON suicide. So I think the game is up. That's much of a muchness, because I can just use flower power to take South Africa and Botswana. So that's at least Africa solved. I can ditch Asia, although it's going to hit me in final scoring. So South America becomes the major issue. He gets the space first. He fails. So I space Chernobyl and hope to beat him. And I fail. That's a shame, because those could be pivotal points. They really could. This could be the difference between AWACS. Yep, fine. To be expected. Do I event socialist governments, or do I do something with it? I will use socialist governments to pump Chile, because Europe's already in a bad way. He does have Ortega as well, just for good measure. I get to coup Costa Rica. Big whoop. Let's continue to pump Chile. Fair enough. So I will use the China card this turn, I guess, to break Mexico, put one in Poland, and keep pressure on West Germany. Because at this point, DEFCON suicide is not a factor. And now, weirdly, VP might be. And VP in Asia are academic. So I don't really have a lot of choice there. Interesting turn 10 on both of our clocks. But things will get rapider as it goes on. So I can only hope to not see South America scoring. But we will see. Yuri, big whoop. Yep, those things are standard. So let's see how turn 10 goes. South America scoring, hurrah. Duck and covered space and special relationships I can play quickly at least. Latin American debt crisis, I guess, for pressure. Yeah. Oh. Ditching it for 0. Fine. Good, that makes South America scoring a lot less unpalatable. So let's start with a coup, and we will coup in Angola, drop DEFCON, and for hopeful partial success. Pretty good. He's welcome to try realigning that. I could try and move into Côte d'Ivoire. So I need to space, duck, and cover. Score South America. It's not quite enough for war games. He's going for realignment, that's fine. Bam. So he's got Africa scoring from the look of things. I will coup to put pressure on. I can use Che to take more nations. I need space quickly. Right, so let's score South America now. And he may rush to score Africa. If not, I event Che. Space, duck, and cover. Panic. I mean, I badly need to see Europe scoring and Middle East scoring. Oh, amazing. So let's event Che. Take Saharan states and Zimbabwe. I do need to shore up South Africa with a point. Fine by me. Space that. Oh man. If I lose by a couple of points, space is definitely the thing. Space is assuredly the thing now. Oh yes. Oh man, all that time I've not been using special relationship. The UK's not controlled. That's stupid. So I've only got 2 minutes to make decisions about scoring. Middle East domination, Africa domination is like Europe domination is likely, South America. It's going to be so close, and if it's space that's done it, I'm going to be gutted. And I really hope that you will have spotted something I've done that has been completely boneheaded. Okay, so let's break there to put pressure in Asia. Special relationship doesn't do anything. Let me know how I've done, guys. I may have ballsed up plenty along the way, so I'll be keen for feedback. If this is a loss, then well done, aeromathematics, for a solid game. But I'm amazed I made it to the end, and the board is the shape it is, given how it started. Well, there we go. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you had fun. Welcome feedback, because that was a nice tight game. I'm sure there's stuff for me to learn there, and I would be welcoming of it, because we're just about to start a new league with Shackleton. So thanks to him for organising, and I will see you in a future game.